It seemed like he was in his own head, which made me think maybe it's salvageable. But we got to go. You look at last winter. The Rangers have lucked out twice now because the Cliff Lee deal last year, Seattle choosing their package over the Yankees, and that puts them in the World Series. And now the Red Sox, you could argue it made so much more sense for them just to sign Adrian Beltre and then either put Youkilis in left field or trade him, or not make the Gonzalez deal or whatever. Somehow Beltre became the odd man out, even though he had a fantastic season last year, and now he's the hot guy in the Rangers. When are the Rangers going to stop lucking out from other teams' mistakes?
And to your point, and here's another bit of luck. Guess who else they went after a couple of winters ago? John Lackey.
Right.
And they missed out on that bidding. It's funny when you talk to people around baseball about, okay, which franchise going ahead, who is the most dangerous franchise? I bet you it's 98%. If you were to poll executives, who's going to be the baseball's next dynasty? It's Texas.
Wow.
Because not only, some of the moves like you mentioned. Adrian Beltre has been phenomenal for them when he's played.
Napoli.
But it's Napoli. An incredible trade to work out. They steal him from the Angels by getting him from the Blue Jays.
But wait, Buster, when they did the Napoli trade, it was a steal. It's not like we're saying it now, like, wow, that was a steal. When it was happening, people were going, what the F just happened here? How did they get Mike Napoli for what they gave up? It made no sense at all.
No question about it.
Yeah.
And the big thing with Napoli when he was with the Angels was, Mike Scioscia didn't believe in him as a catcher. The Rangers actually got him to be a DH, and they didn't expect to catch him, but then when they saw him work, they were like, he's okay. And now they got this unbelievable lineup. They have this great stable of young pitchers. They have spent more money, I think, than any other team in baseball in the international signings. Their farm system is in great shape. They are absolutely loaded with this financial TV deal that they have. And the expectation is, along with the Washington Nationals, they're probably going to spend as much money as anybody this offseason. And they have so much talent that if they lose C.J. Wilson to free agency, and, he's going to be the best free agent pitcher available, they're totally fine. They have a ton of options in the rotation, and they might wind up going and, being the guy. They're considered right now, for example, to be the favorite to get this pitcher from Japan, Yu Darvish, 6'5", 220 pounds.
Right.
They are our team to be reckoned with, I think, in the next 5, 6, 7 years.
Yeah, and as you said, they could easily just shed C.J. Wilson, bring up Martin Perez and hope that he's good, and take the draft picks for C.J. Wilson. And then, we never see teams do that a lot, but I wouldn't pay $125 million for C.J. Wilson if I'm Texas. I might do it if I'm the Yankees. But, the other thing with C.J. Wilson, he's not John Lackey. He's better than John Lackey. John Lackey was always a little shaky. He was kind of the best prize of a mediocre market. C.J. Wilson's a legit guy. I would be scared if the Yankees overpaid for him because I think he's ultimately a good pitcher. Are you in on C.J.?
He's going to get a great deal from somebody. And one thing to keep in mind, he loves to hit. And you keep on hearing he'd love to be in the National League. You keep on hearing from people that if not the National League, he'd love to pitch for the Yankees. I think the Yankees are going to go and they're going to make an offer for him. I don't think they'll go crazy to get him. I don't think it's like a Sabathia situation where they're the way they basically overpaid by 20-30% to get him. But I think CJ, because of his unique position, I wrote a column today, that he's basically like the only guy invited to a sorority get-together. The way the market's playing out, he's going to have his choices, and he's going to get a lot of money from somebody. I think Washington, again, a team to watch.
If you were Texas, what would stop you from just going after CeCe? Why not go for the upgrade, try to cripple the Yankees? Basically, you're making a trade. You're paying more money for CeCe than CJ.
You could do that. Everything I hear, I think CeCe Sabathia is going to wind up going back to the Yankees. I don't think he's going to be out on the market. He's one of the few guys. I had this conversation with a lot of GMs the last couple of months. How many of the big-name, big-dollar free agents or, guys in 8 to 10-year deals have panned out fully, where you've gotten the complete value? Jeter 10 years, $189 million. You know what? He lived up to that. CC Sabathia, first 3 years of his deal with the Yankees, has lived up to every nickel. He's been great as a pitcher. He's been unbelievable as a clubhouse guy. And I think that's why the Yankees are really going to work to bring him back.
Yeah, and it seems like he likes being there, too. I'm kind of hoping he leaves, but I know there's no chance of that. Explain to me how anybody gives Pujols more than 5 years after what happened.